this video, we're going to talk about naming ranges. We use named ranges to create formulas. We use named ranges to help us when we are wanting to make something absolute or constant. So we're going to dive in and I'm going to show you some different ways that you can create named ranges. So first, you can select a range, for instance, the math scores from B2 to B8, and then I can come right up here into this name box, click and type math, and then press enter. Now, whenever I click on this name box and choose math, it selects this range. But not only that, it memorizes the number of cells here. So if I were to ever, let's say, select this and move it somewhere, it's going to remember, sorry, I'm going to click off, it's going to remember this math area. So I'm going to do undo to move that back. So when I name a range, it remembers the named range even when I move it. Now, if I want to create a formula using that named range, I can type equal sum math, right parenthesis, and you'll notice that it will sum this entire area here because I use the named range. I can change this to be equal average math, and it gives me the average score, as you can see here, average. And then obviously I wouldn't be able to copy this across because this is not the math range. So by copying this across, it's actually still looking at this range. So you got to be careful about that if you're using the named ranges. Now I want to name this area reading. So I'm going to come up here and just type reading. And then I can do equal, and watch this. I can say equal average. And so when I start to type average, I'm going to use this right here by just double clicking. It opens up average. But watch how when I start to type reading, it memorized my named range and it's listing it here. So I can double click on that. It selects the reading range, right parenthesis, enter. And then again, I'm going to name this range English. And I'll do an average here. And then I'm going to start to type English, and you see it complete there, right parenthesis, enter. So that's one way to work with some named ranges. Now I'm going to go to this sheet over here, and you can see that I have a lot of different students here, and I have their grade levels listed here. I can actually create a named range for each one of these cells based on what's in the left column. So if I want this to be a named range, it's going to be named based on this person's name here in the left column. So I'm going to select here, and I'm going to go up to, and I'm on my formulas button, and I'm going to choose this right here that says create from selection. So I can click that, and I'm going to choose my left column here, and I say OK. Then when I click off, I can actually go there, click Jean Mackey, and Jean Mackey is 9th grade, and so on. And so that's just one way that you can create a group of named ranges all at once. Now, if I want to delete those, I go into the Name Manager here. So I just click on Name Manager. I can click on whatever ones I want to delete and push delete. Now, if I want to delete all of these at once, I can select them all and I can press delete. So I did a click, shift, click, selects all of them, and then I can press delete. So that's how you can kind of modify that. Let's see. Oh, one other note is that by default, when you create a named range, if you create a named range on this sheet, that named range also applies over here. So once you've used a name in a range, that name has already been used. So unless you designate that you only want it on that one worksheet, that named range by default will work for all of the different worksheets in the workbook. So for instance, I'm on this sheet, but I want to go to the English section where I had all my English scores. I can just click the named range. Now I'm back on sheet 1, and here are the English scores. So when you create a named range, it basically names the range and will be applied throughout the entire workbook. Okay, so I think that's it for now.